Every day, Haridas strikes this cracked earth with a heavy blade, putting in hours of physical labor. Yet his financial situation never moves. The depth of his poverty is revealed when his young daughter asks for a simple meat pakora at the market. Haridas has to say no, because even a snack costing a few coins is a luxury his family cannot afford. Haridas is trapped by the local zamindar, the landlord who provides the loans for his seeds and tools. This creditor uses the threat of total exile from the village to ensure Haridas stays focused on repaying interest rather than building his own wealth. Haridas works as hard as any man can, but the local economy is structured to siphon off his surplus before it reaches his pocket. He is a laborer in a system designed to keep its workers in a state of permanent debt. This flowchart shows the agrarian debt trap. The landlord provides capital, the farmer provides labor. But high borrowing costs route the harvest's entire value back as debt repayment, leaving the profit node empty. A drought destroys the harvest, but debt survives, compounding the deficit. The neighbors in the village don't see these mechanics. They mock Haridas for his crumbling house and his clothes, treating his inability to get ahead as a personal failure of character or luck. In this closed loop, working harder doesn't change the outcome. Without a way to generate income outside the landlord's control, the math of the village ensures Haridas will remain poor forever. A violent storm changes everything. A wealthy merchant from the city is caught in the rain and forced to take shelter in Haridas's small home. Haridas's wife uses a small gift of meat from a local butcher to prepare a meal for their guest. She roasts it over an open flame with local spices, creating a smoky, high-quality tandoori chicken with only the basic tools she has on hand. The merchant identifies a product that can be reproduced at scale for a fraction of what city restaurants charge. He realizes that the wife's cooking technique is the key to a potentially successful business. He offers to provide the cash to set up a permanent food stall in the market. In exchange for the startup funding, Haridas and his wife will run the daily operations and share a portion of the income with him. This partnership provides Haridas with a way to monetize his family's existing skills without asking the landlord for a loan or permission. The new stall opens with a price point that shocks the village: tandoori chicken for just 10 taka. Traditional sellers charge a premium. The 10 taka model uses low prices to drive massive volume, generating much larger total revenue. Over a year, traditional farming pays in one volatile spike, while the stall creates a steady wave of daily cash. By making high-quality protein affordable, the stall allows local laborers to eat a meal that was previously out of their reach. For the first time, these workers have a choice in how they spend their daily wages. The model works because it swaps the high-risk, slow-reward cycle of agriculture for a business based on high-frequency, low-margin transactions. Haridas takes his daily profits and begins a systematic campaign to pay off his agricultural debts. He is no longer waiting for a harvest to settle his accounts. As the debt disappears, the landlord's power over Haridas evaporates. Without the leverage of a loan, the zamindar can no longer dictate how Haridas spends his time or where he works. The landlord attempts to reclaim control through physical destruction. He sneaks into the market at night with a club, intending to smash the stall and force Haridas back into the fields. Haridas and the merchant are waiting. They catch the landlord in the act, proving that the old system of control is weak when it can no longer hide behind a debt contract. When economic leverage fails, those in power often resort to direct sabotage to stop a competitor from succeeding. The social structure of the village begins to shift. The same neighbors who once laughed at Haridas now stand in line at his stall, asking if he has any openings for new employees. Haridas is still the same man with the same work ethic. The difference in his life didn't come from working harder. It came from gaining access to a business model that allowed him to keep the value he created. Chronic poverty in a place like this is rarely about a lack of effort. It is a lack of capital. But when a specific skill is paired with a fair investment, it can rewrite the rules for an entire family.